Hello gardening friends, welcome to Backyard Basics. It's nice to save money, and it's more important to grow some native plants. And so some of them are easy to propagate. Let me show you about this little sage right here. This sage is a neat one and real colorful. What I've done is I've taken the flower off of the top so the energy will go into the root system. And I've gone down 3 nodes, one right here, one right here, one right here. And now we're into the range that we're going to get the roots right down in here. So I'm going to cut this off. See that right there? Just a nice little cut on the bottom of it. You know what helps it to root better is some of the rooting powders. These rooting powders are very important when you're helping and when you're doing many plants. So what I'm going to do is, there are many different types of rooting powders out there, so pick the one you want. They're not that much different. See this? I've got some of that rooting hormone on the base. That's really going to help it and really secure these cuttings to make sure that they do well. So one of the things I'm going to do is stick it down into this medium right here. A coarse sand is a very, very nice one to use. What I'll do is use a little pencil, and I'll make the opening with the pencil so I don't rub the rooting powder off, and then take it down into this zone right here. Pack it in a little bit. Go ahead and do another cutting from up here. You can do several of them in the pot. You know, it's nice to do several. If they all take, that's wonderful. If they don't all take, yeah, at least you've got one of them to be successful with. Here's another one right here. Same thing, go through the rooting, and then go ahead and stick it in the pot. Once they're in the pot, they need to be watered in. See, there's another one of those nice little holes right there. Stick it down into that. And it's important to go ahead and get some water on that. And what I'll do is go ahead. This is a coarse sand with a little bit of core fiber in there. I like to use that, but that's the main thing, a real nice coarse sand. Not that round small stuff. It'll just get anaerobic down there. This takes a while. And so one of the things that I like to do is to make a little greenhouse for it. And I'll make a little greenhouse like that right there out of plastic. It's usually the bags that are available to you. Sunday morning bags are really nice. That protects the paper. And then I'll put 3 chopsticks in there and then twist them on the top of it. And now I've got a nice little greenhouse. It'll keep some moisture in there as needed. It's the greenhouse effect. And in moderately high light. Slowly, over the month that it takes to get rooted, you'll be able to move it out into more light and actually open it up so it does much better. It'll take about a month to get rooted, so don't be pulling it out of there all the time. Leave it alone. It'll get rooted very easily for you. There are vines you can also root. This is that bignonia. And you'll do the same thing here. You'll leave about 3 sets of leaves and then go down in here where these nodes are and then stick them into the growing media. Once again, a very nice coarse sand would be what you're going to use. And then that goes in there too. If it's necessary, a little misting of the plants. This is how they're done commercially. And a little misting doesn't hurt at all to keep the leaves nice and full so that they don't get stressed and collapse on you. There are many different plants that you can do this with, and there are nice information sources so that you'll be very successful at rooting some of the native plants and putting them into the gardens, because these days the natives are very important. For Backyard Basics, I'm John Dromgoole. I'll see you next time.